Good morning. So, I was going to do One Direction Wednesday, but I changed my mind. I want to do the ladies of the UK, the ladies of the royal family. So, I want to cover. Good morning. I'm sorry. Welcome to Fortune Cookies. I am still gassing up. Today is ginger peach turmeric tea because I've got some inflammation. Hands and elbows hurt, so trying to get the inflammation down with the turmeric. But so I've got some different decks today. So I had the Dark Mansion Tarot out the other day. I've got that out again. We've got our clarifier coins. I also have my runes out. I don't know if we're going to use those, but maybe. Who knows? I also have the Double Major Tarot. Everybody seems to like that. And I have the After Tarot deck, which is a little bit different too. So the idea behind the After Tarot deck is that it's what happens after the traditional Rider Waite card kind of evolves. So you'll see, if you're not familiar with it, you're going to see how the card actually evolves. Again, if I feel led to grabbing it, I will. I'm also going to bring out the Golden Tarot too, just in case we need some heavy lifting on our royal family reading. So it's a beautiful morning. I just actually read something kind of cool too. You know, I do these readings. You can see it's pretty dark down here. I'm in the basement. But, I usually do these readings right after dawn. And I just read like this weird superstition that you're not supposed to read tarot cards like from dark until dawn. Like you're not supposed to read over that time. If you guys have any opinion about that, comment on it. It's, there's a lot of weird superstitions about tarot cards. There's one that you should never let sunlight hit them. I don't know if I believe that. There's another one that you should never let moonlight hit them. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, one of the ways of cleaning your cards is to leave them out in the moonlight. I personally don't do that because we have a lot of feral cats around here, and if they start shuffling around my cards, I mean, they'll get their vibe all over it, which is great. But we have some cool feral cats out here, so we're putting out some housing for them because I think one of the mamas, she's looking a little full. So I'm thinking maybe she's going to have kittens again. She had kittens in one of our outbuildings last year. So a bunch of kittens are still around. So, those of you who love animals and that sort of stuff, we live in the woods. We live in farm country. So it's to be expected that we're going to have ferals running all over the place. So, those of you who say, oh, you should trap and neuter and whatnot, we really live in the countryside. It's really not something that I think would even make a difference, but we do put food out for them, and we're kind to them, so we do like them. So we also have hawks, and they pick up chickens at the neighbor's farm, and we see feathers exploded all over our lawn sometimes. So apparently our house is a really great place for the hawks to eat. But nonetheless, let's get started with our ladies of the royal family. So we're going to change views. Okie doke. So let's get going. So like I said, I've got my mini Llewellyn, the double major, the After Tarot, the Golden Tarot, because this may be our new royal family deck, Dark Mansion, and I also have my Rider Waite just in case we need that. And as always, I have my psychic trio from aliciawicker.com. Those of, if you're new to this channel and you're not familiar with the way that I read, I do a lot of touching of my cards, and that helps tap into the intuitive psychic reading, if you will, of the spread and for the topic. So this psychic trio that we have, it actually kind of clears the channel for me. So and I apologize, I'm back in a Band-Aid for my wound. but it actually kind of clears the path. If I start to get, some cloudiness to my intuition, I just kind of grab onto these and it clears things up. So you can buy this on her website. It's aliciawicker.com, www.aliciawicker.com. If you're not following her on YouTube, follow her on YouTube as well. She's a super duper reader. She's got her own decks, and she's a lot of fun. She's absolutely a delight. So, and she shouts me out all the time, so I'm shouting her out now. So I had a reader comment about Catherine. Why does Catherine look so confident? What's going on with her? Why does she look like the cat that swallowed the canary? And it got me thinking, I wonder why she looks like the cat that swallowed the canary. So let's go to our Dark Mansion Tarot. Oh, my lighting's not great up there. I have the hi-hats on right now, so trying to make it less gloomy in this basement. And the basement's not gloomy. It's actually like a golden yellow down here. It's very nice. But I just would like to be outside. My shed, the roof was being finished yesterday by my darling husband. So I still have to run electricity out to it. Once the electricity goes, then I can start doing some fun stuff on the inside and decorating it. For those of you that are interested in the deck, I will do a tour, or the Magic Shack that I'm building. I will do a tour once it is built. I will do like a cribs style tour. It should be pretty cool. I'm so excited. I'm getting my own room. So let's focus in on Catherine here and stop talking about my shed, my Magic Shack. So why does Catherine look like the cat that swallowed the canary? She looks super, super confident. What is going on with her? I know a lot of people say, oh, fourth baby on the way. I don't think so. I think they're done. I think 3 is enough. Eight of Swords. That is interesting. Page of Swords. Knight of Cups in reverse. 10 of Swords. 5 of Cups. This is interesting. Okay. All right. This tells me, sorry about that. I've got this crazy exercise ball chair and I'm trying to not hit my jacket zipper on it. See how good this mic is. So I had a lot of questions about how I read the individual cards. Now, the Eight of Swords is a prison of your own making. But for Catherine, I'm getting a very, very different intuitive reading. And this is protecting herself with the truth. Now, swords can be communication. They can be all sorts of stuff regarding communication, internet, that those kinds of communications. The Page of Swords comes up a lot of the time for the internet, for social media, so we're going to get there. But this, I'm not getting a negative perspective from it intuitively. I'm getting that she is protecting herself with the truth. She's not entertaining any of the negativity and any of the alternate plot lines that are coming up. So that's very interesting. Not slurping my tea. Oh, I don't love this tea. I'm going to be honest. This peach turmeric, it's not my favorite. It's just all right. It's not great. But I need the turmeric today. Turmeric. I'm sorry, that was a little slurp. So the Page of Swords, this tells me that she is protecting and defending herself with the truth from the internet. So we have our Page of Swords here, who is, let's characterize all social media as this youthful bringer of information. Let's put it that way. So, traditional meaning for the Page of Swords, this is someone who's formulating ideas, who is presenting ideas, maybe not in the most well-crafted way, but there is a good amount of truth that's coming from this individual. They're trying to find their message and their voice. Oh, I'm sorry, I hate saying find your voice, but they're trying to find the right way to express the correct message. That's, this is like a noble thing. So she is protecting herself from social media and from the information that is out on social media, and she's playing that. She's taking the high road on this. She's not going to be ruffled. She's not going to let her feathers get ruffled, and she's keeping her mission pure. This is very interesting. Now, the red dress on this young lady in the Eight of Swords denotes power. Color is very important in tarot. Whereas, and I say this all the time, Lenormand is very, very verbal. The tarot is very pictorial. It's something you should keep in mind. The images will give you an emotion. They will give you an idea. And I just commented to one of my subscribers about how I teach the tarot, because they had a question about a card that I read in reverse, and it wasn't exactly as what would have been anticipated. I tell my students to cocktail party their decks. So learn the traditional meanings and then shuffle the snot out of them, and then just pull a card at random and sit down just like you would at a cocktail party. You go through the deck and you get to know them. Like, you find out, like, what does this card feel like? What does this card speak to you? There's a desolate area here. There's not a lot of growth. There's everything's frozen, and she's surrounded by these swords that are embedded in the ground, and they're holding her back from her power. Now, if you want to get really visual about this, imagine if those swords are gone and what the wind would be doing. You see the wind's pushing her hair and blinding her. What would the wind do with her dress? Her power would be flying all over the place. So there's something pinning the power down. There's something holding the power from being, thrown all over the place and wielded irresponsibly. So, this is using power, holding it in place. Now, again, in a different reading, I may read that differently. But for this, I'm seeing her using truth to control the power that she has now, and she's going to protect herself from whatever gets blasted out on social media. And then we have our Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. This is what she's protecting herself from. This is the guy who broke her heart. The relationship with Harry, and I've gotten this in other readings, was very close. This was a very, very close relationship. And it's almost like she can't believe that he has betrayed all of them and has betrayed the family. There's a lot of family ties with Catherine. She really holds fast to her family ties, and she takes them very seriously, and she's really, really a very, very loyal person. And from the readings, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. When Harry left, she and I did this in the last reading. She felt like it was a death. She felt like, it was he's not the same person. She feels like he is not the same person at all anymore. She is over trying to make corrections to that. She's not going to make any adjustments. I think every time she put her hand out to assist, I think she got bit. And I think now she's no longer extending that hand, and she is going to circle the wagons, protect her family with truth. I think she's looking in the micro versus the macro. The royal family is one thing, but her personal family is another. She is still mourning that. She's not heartless. This isn't like, I'm over it, I'm done, I'm slamming the door. She's not heartless like that. She's actually very, very upset by it. And again, I said this in other readings, she really wanted to fix this. She wanted to mend the brothers' relationship. She wanted to help them bridge the gap. And she really did try and be a peacemaker. We all remember the flowers that she brought to Frogmore Cottage, and allegedly, for entertainment purposes, the door was slammed in her face. So, you know, she is generous, but she is not a fool. Though we have the Fool card here. So that brings us to our Fool card. She is moving forward. The Fool card is not moving forward foolishly. This isn't stupidly. This is moving forward with a pureness of heart. This particular deck does not have the white flower in the Fool's hand, but you know, we have the goofy, very, very fun clown garb here, which is super duper. You know, she is trying to move forward and keep things light for her family. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit. You know what? We're going to switch. We're going to switch. I'm switching it up already. Ba-ba-ba-bum. We're going to the Golden Tarot. Did Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth have a talk with Catherine about the future of the royal family? This I have been feeling intuitively. I do feel that there's a reason for Catherine looking so radiant. And I personally feel that the scepter is being passed to her, or she has been given approval. You are ready. Now, Prince Charles apparently just said, for entertainment purposes only, do your own research, that you are ready to be queen to Catherine. That allegedly was said. Did Queen Elizabeth give Catherine her blessing and tell her that she is ready to rule? Oh! Oh my God. That's a new one for Sloppy Shuffle Tarot. Should probably get my tea out of here. What a mess. It just spilled in the saucer. I always have some kind of beverage with me. You know, I'm sorry, but I do. I've got water. I've got coffee on the other side. I'm all over the place. I can't wait to get my own room. So, oh, and I left the title card now. I'm a mess today. So, let's focus. Did Queen Elizabeth give Catherine the okie doke? Three of Wands. Now that was in reverse, so Judgment. Oh. Hierophant. What is behind us? What is below? Seven of Cups. What is above? Five of Wands. This is neat. And what is ahead is the Magician. Center of the deck is the Devil. Huh, this is getting very, very interesting. And under the surface, Ace of Cups in reverse. This is getting heavy, okay? I may not get to the other ladies. So, Three of Wands. The plans that were laid are going to be changed. Okay, Three of Wands is we made our plans, we sent out our ships, we sent out our troops, let's see what comes back. There's nothing we can do right now, but wait, we've done everything that we need to do. Interesting. So I'm just going to take us to a lesson again. I'm sorry. So when you look at tarot with the Tree of Life, and I'm not going to go too deep into this, the aces, twos, and threes are ethereal level. They're not physical. So ace, the idea, the spirit of the suit. Two is the coming together of the idea, starting to put more together. And the threes is starting to put that into action. So the energy into action, but they're not really physical. I don't want to get too heavy duty into that, the Tree of Life and how it works with tarot, because that will be here all day. But having the three in reverse, this is, well, we had plans, but we're not following through on them. We're going to do something a little bit differently. Judgments were made. Judgments about what the trajectory of the royal family will be. This is neat because this is what I got the other day. I'm always saying, like, Charles is going to be king for a day. I think we're seeing this, and again, this is Elizabeth talking to Catherine. The Hierophant. I think that now the Hierophant upright is being noble and being high-minded and doing things with the grace of God. Catherine, I think, is a little too nice. I think Elizabeth gave her a little bit of edge. Below, okay, this is sometimes the shadow self. This is sometimes our unknowns for ourself. Upright, this is being dazzled by too many choices. This is it can be gaslighting. In this deck, I don't feel like it's a gaslighting card, but this is being dazzled by a lot of choices, being tempted by a lot of choices. In reverse, we get more of, let's clear away the clouds. Let's clear away the nonsense. So the true destiny, the true end game is being seen. The path is being seen a bit clearer, and all the frippery and whatnot is being cleared away. Now, whether that's the trappings of being a royal, if perhaps Elizabeth boiled it down for her and said, Her Majesty, I'm sorry, boiled it down for Catherine and said, hey, you know what, this isn't about wearing tiaras and pretty dresses, even though she looked fabulous in that gold dress. But this is more about leading a nation and leading by example. And sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind, is what I'm getting. God bless Elvis Costello. So above her, this is the cooperation and constructive cooperation card. Okay, this is working together to resolve conflicts. This is sometimes conflicts depending on the reading and your intuition. This is like subterfuge with having this below, clearing out and finding your true path, and not being distracted by the dazzlements. This is, sometimes you have to keep your cards close to your chest. These are the messages that were just passed on to her. I think Queen Elizabeth told her, you have to stop being nice. You don't have to be nice to anybody. You're the queen in waiting. That's the feeling that I'm getting. I think she gave her permission to be a little bit edgier, and I think that is the radiance that we're seeing out of her. I think, yin and yang. You have to have some good with the bad. You can't be nice all of the time. I do try and be positive all of the time in my readings, but sometimes you have to say, stop dating the guy, he's a jerk. Sometimes you have to say, you are spinning yourself in circles. You need to stay in your job and stop dreaming about doing something else. This counsel, this is like, I'm getting a real clear picture of the counsel that Elizabeth gave to Catherine. And she said, basically, take no shit. She basically said, you're above this and take no shit. And you can be adored and still be steel underneath that. She gave her permission to be steel under that. Does steel be tungsten? I don't know. Moving into the future, Catherine still does not feel that she has all the tools that she needs to move forward. She still doesn't feel like she has dominion over everything because she's not good at being shady and being tough. She is, the nature of her being a peacemaker makes it a little bit hard for her to rule as Her Majesty, as Her Majesty is suggesting. She's telling her, empty out that cup a little bit, reserve your unconditional love for certain things. Love of country, love of the people, capital T, capital P, love of the people, and keep your path clear. That is interesting. So, let's do this. Has Catherine changed her perspective? Has she become queen psychologically? I'm taking it jumped out. The whole world. She is leaving the past behind. She clothes, she's protecting herself. This is cool. This is cool. Are we seeing Catherine the Queen versus Catherine the Duchess? Again, we still have Magician not working well with all the tools. We have our High Priestess, but she's in reverse. This is still a little bit of trouble hiding her true feelings. Not quite the transition yet, but coming. She is going to learn how to do this. And she is going to be a little bit tougher. She's going to become a little bit tougher. And let's just get one more card. Do center of the deck. Is this specifically toward the Duchess of Sussex? Sloppy shuffle. Every day I'm sloppy shuffling. Is this specifically toward the Duchess of Sussex? One card, crack right in the middle. Yes, yes, yes. Now, this is the double major tarot. So, the strength card. This is the second strength. I guess it's the second strength card. It's not the traditional. What the second strength card tells us is you can tame the beast, but the beast still remains a beast, and you can't let your guard down, and you can't ever extend that hand into the tiger cage. Tiger cage? Lion cage. You can't ever do that because a leopard never changes spots. A lion, I'm mixing up all my cats here. She is the Duchess of Sussex, is always going to remain what she is. She's not going to change, no matter how nice Catherine is. That's a lesson that Catherine needed to learn. So that is very interesting. please comment below if you have any questions about that. Neat stuff we saw there. So let's take a look at Anne. Princess Anne. I want to see where Princess Anne is at. And I'm going to go back to... I very rarely read on her, so I want to go to the traditional Rider Waite. We're just going to see how Anne is doing. I like Anne's style. I was a Princess Margaret fan, too. I thought Princess Margaret was fabulous. The tiara that was her favorite, I think, is my favorite. I don't think I don't think they use that tiara that she used all the time. I'll eventually get the name of it and maybe put it in the comments. But I think Princess Anne resembles Princess Margaret a great deal. You can disagree with me, but let's see. How's Anne doing these days? What's up with her? I'll take that one. Temperance. She is balancing. Now, I have always thought that Anne has a little bit of a temper. I think she's a little more vinegar than honey. And I think she is very, very tough. I don't think she is super sweet. Let's see what we have going on here. So we have our gaslighting card in reverse. Okay, so this is kind of like a no BS card. Like, she's just going to, you know what? She's actually really, really hard to get a beat on. Like, usually when I do readings for people, I can zero in on their emotions, but she feels a bit exasperated, but she's very, very blocked off. It's like a lot of secrets. Like, she's got a lot hidden. But what comes out of her mouth is she keeps her emotions in check. That's what it is. Like, she's trying to hold back on her hotter temper. But she's keeping a lot of her other emotions in check, like a lot of her sad emotions and the other, you know, she doesn't want to. She wants to seem very balanced and not like overly excited. Like me, I always have extremes of emotions. I'm flippin' mad, or I am super happy, or I am super sad. Like, I never have like mellow emotions. My husband, he says he's always at a 5. I am, you know, I go to like a 14 sometimes, but so she's really trying to balance the anger that seeps out. She's like a teapot, and pardon me for saying it, she's like a teapot. Sometimes she steams over and she kind of blows. But she's got some of her emotions in hiding, and it's about the lack of deference that is shown toward the family, capital T, capital F. It's about the lack of respect that is shown to the accident of birth. But she's trying to be as high-minded as possible about it. She's trying to live up to being a noble, being a royal. She's very much trying. In the past, she hasn't done so well with that. She's sometimes let her emotions get the best of her. This is interesting. The Queen of Cups, when she's in reverse, she can be a little bit manipulative. And there seems to be some consideration of this. The messages that we got from Queen Elizabeth to Catherine are exactly what Anne needs to do in the opposite. So Catherine needs to be a little bit meaner. And I don't mean mean, like she doesn't have to be mean, like off with her head mean, Queen of Hearts. You know, she just needs to be tougher and not quite so hopeful. And I think that's what Queen Elizabeth told her. And I think I think the conversation was more you can love and exude a loving demeanor, but you have to cut as necessary. That sounds terrible. But Anne is a bit quicker to flip the switch with people, and she needs to be more considerate of that. So, is Anne helping to work with Catherine? Is Anne helping to transition Catherine to the role of queen? Has Anne been tasked with this? Intuitively, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm just asking this question because I think it's worthwhile, because they both come from kind of the opposite sides. They are, that's neat. Okay, here we go. It is a partnership that's not great. They don't dislike each other, but they don't vibe together really, really well. Just Catherine has a very different, a different touch, and serves a different purpose in the royal family. Catherine is an excellent PR person. She is someone that the public can focus on. She is beautiful. She is grace. She has lovely children. She's someone that the people can focus on. She's a beacon of light that they can focus on. Anne is the one who rolls up her sleeves and gets to work. They can work together, but it's in different capacities. It's not together. It's not the easiest cooperation here, just because they have very different, very different sensibilities. Anne is very quick to flip the switch. So, all right. So we'll come back to Anne later. I want to make sure we get to everybody. I may have to light some more incense. So let's see how Camilla's doing. Haven't which one? I sound like the helping hands in Labyrinth. Oh, I should use my Labyrinth deck. I have one of those. So, let's use the Royal Tarot for Camilla. Let's see what's going on with Camilla. And I just want to give these a little smoke. Darling Camilla. I just saw pictures of their wedding again. And when they first got married, I did not like her fascinator. I don't know if it's because I got older. I really like that fascinator now. I thought it was pretty cool. I just saw it the other day, and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. Why not? But when they did first get married, I was not fond of it. I was like, ugh, really? Where's the crown? But I guess there was a whole reason for that. I don't know. How is Camilla doing these days? They had that weird Christmas card with them in their masks. I don't want to see anybody's Christmas cards with masks on. If you send me a Christmas card with masks on, I'm throwing it away. I want to see your happy smiling faces. So far, I have gotten Christmas cards. No one's wearing a mask. But I thought that was a weird Christmas card. Like, why would they have masks on? No one wants this. No one wants masks. Just trying to send a message. I'm asking too many questions of the card. So, how is Camilla doing? One last shuffle. How is Camilla? She's all right. A lot of reverses here. So, Sun in reverse. She's happy. She's not ecstatic. She's, like, keep on trucking. Like, that's kind of the sense I get from this. Which is funny because like this deck, like I always thought like I would be like very formal in my language when I talked about it, but this is keep on trucking. Just we're proceeding. I'm getting a sense of a little bit of disappointment. There's like well, you know, we've gotten this far. The Four of Coins. This is saving, hoarding, can be all sorts of things like that. When we're in reverse, this is kind of a letting go. Having enough and not hoarding. That sounds, you know, so vague. Because we all know like tarot is such an exact science. But this is like a, you know, we're okay. We can let go a little. We can loosen our grip. And and the Three of Coins is again in reverse, and this is the starting apprentice. This is like a starting over. This is like new career. This is kind of neat. So now I just talked about how the ace, twos, and threes are in the ethereal and kind of coming together. So this is going from the physical, the Four of Coins, going to the physical. We have enough to going back to the drawing board and restarting. I'm saying it again. I think king for a day. I don't think they're going to be king and queen consort. I don't think it's happening. I think it's going to be for a very short period of time. I hope I'm right. It definitely, and again, you know, for entertainment purposes only, tarot deals with the energies that are at hand right now. Two of Wands, this is recreating plans. These are the plans that were set. They're recreating. They're building new plans. Ace of Swords, again, discussions. There's something about the discussion that is not moving forward well. You know, trying to come up with a solution. And the Page of Wands in reverse. This is trying to deftly figure out how they are going to gracefully get to the next phase, which is a change of plans. I'm telling you. If Charles is king for a day, I'm going to freak out. I am going to freak out, and I'll do like a week of free readings. Because if I'm right, I'm freaking out, man. So that's where I am with this. Now, this is my fun little bonus reading. This is a super long reading, and I'm sorry. But I wanted to check in with Lady Louise. Because she's so young and youthful, let's do the Dark Mansion Tarot. Nope. Taking it back. Because she's so young and youthful, let's do the mini Llewellyn. I get, when I talk about Lady Louise, she's so cute. I did not do a lot of research on her, so I don't know a super lot. I know they didn't have titles, and now she is deciding whether she's going to get an HRH for my English friends. So let's see what the tarot sees for Lady Louise. Is she the next generation of royalty? Still undecided. She's still not decided about that. She is really struggling with it. We're doing like a full spread here for her. Oh, is that 2 cards? Did I get 2 cards? No. So, full Celtic cross. Card in the middle. is, I'll take you through the basics, the way I read it. So this is her, what crosses her or what supports her. This is shadow self. This is high mind. This is like current mind. This can be the things that are immediately in the past. This is shortly in the future. How she sees herself, how others see her, hopes and fears, and the outcome. So I always read these together. I read these together. I read these together, and I read these together. And I read these together. So let's go. So we've got the Four of Cups. This is, not having a good foundation, not being fully satisfied, not really, happy with what's at hand, looking for other things. This is being seen in a very negative way, okay? Being kind of dissatisfied with position as being royal for obvious reasons, because we have certain red-headed individuals in the family who were dissatisfied with their royal life. I feel like there's a lot of pointing in that direction. Hey, it ain't so bad to be part of the royal family. I'm getting that sense that is a conversation that they're having. I feel like it's coming more from her mother than from Queen Elizabeth. I feel like her mother is really the one who's helping her make this decision. There's a lot of input, a lot of female input here that's coming through. Don't know if Princess Anne is involved in that, but it definitely is a strong female input. In fact, I feel like Princess Anne is being kept about it because she has some very definite ideas about how Harry managed his position. So I feel like her mother is really giving her the counsel and saying, look, there's a lot of options open to you. You could be a regular person, or you could have, your path charted out for you right now, and it ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. So that's neat. In the immediate past is the making of decisions. So the figuring out of where we're going to go. The Ace of Swords is, here, we're going to drop an idea on you. These are your choices. This is what you can do. What are you going to make of it? You're a full grown adult. Why don't you figure out, how you want to proceed? What do you see your life as being? Ace of Cups. Underneath, she feels like the negative press is something that is eating at her. The visibility. She comes off. She feels very, very shy on the inside. Like not like painfully shy. Like she can't function. But there's a level of shyness here that may not. She's worried about how things are going to come out in the press. She's worried about that. That's a big stumbling block for her. She doesn't want her life on parade. Part of the conversation is that they're telling her life does not have to be on parade. She's concerned about moving forward with family. She's concerned about the wrong people trying to get close to her. Because of the position, she feels like if she is in a more less visible position, that she would be able to have a better chance at having a noble spouse. This she worries about having jerky guys come to her and try blind her. And making the wrong choice. She's worried that there are going to be people that, again, this is probably in relation to her cousin, meeting the wrong spouse, meeting this spouse with a not honest intent. She is happy at the moment. But she knows that she needs to make that decision. She knows she needs to decide one way or the other. I still get the sense she's not decided. She's very, very sweet. She's a very, very sweet person, and she would be very well liked. That's to be seen. She needs to see that. And I think what they'll do is they'll give her a little bit of a taste of it. They'll push her to the front a little bit. Maybe that's why we're hearing about her now. But I think they're going to push her to the front a little and let her get a taste of the adoration and the support of the people, capital T, capital P. The firm itself is undecided. The men in the gray suits, the courtiers, the ones that are, the men behind the curtain, men and women behind the curtain, they don't feel that she is quite prepared. And they have some doubts. From this reading, I don't have any doubts about her. I think she'd be really good in the position. I think, finding the right mate and not doing a match that is problematic or inappropriate is of great concern to her. I think she would be great at it. Concern is that her whole life is going to be a jumble and chaos, and everything's going to be out in the open. Outcome for now, not moving forward. She's really stuck on this idea of making a poor marriage choice. Not that she's thinking about getting married, but she's worried that the platform is going to create a situation where the wrong people will insinuate themselves to her. Let's see. Is she leaning toward any way? Is she leaning toward the HRH? Heart of the matter. Heart of the matter. Let's go. And I'm going to cut this reading off in a few minutes. I did not use the after tarot. We'll get to that one another time. Heart of the matter. Will she choose the HRH? 10 of Pentacles. What do you think? Comment below. 10 of Pentacles, I think she is going to do it. I think right now she's really leaning toward it. Why wouldn't you? I know it's not all tiaras and fancy dresses, but I would love to wear tiaras and fancy dresses at least like once a month. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. If you have any more comments, please like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you're going to do. Having a ball doing this. This is one of my longest readings, so I hope it uploads quickly. Have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow.